So in this video I'd like to show you my newest base, and I call it the Anvil rock base. You'll be able to see parts of it in the center left of the screen now. The goal was to find a place that has a nice view, and that also gives me a strategic advantage against attacking cannibal forces. As we approach the base, we have a really nice view. You can already see that the lake forms a natural barrier against attacking cannibal forces. And this is sort of the main entrance from the lower side. I didn't chop all these trees to keep the area a bit more camouflaged visually. That is really shallow water. So the main entrance over here is taking the rope up. And this is the lowest section of the camp. And this area, this is for cooking, and the drying rack, putting the food on the drying rack. This entire area is deep water, which means there's no cannibals are going to approach it. One of the approaches is up here in the shallow water. However, the cannibals, they don't climb ropes so far. There's a pathway leading up from this side. However, it is very narrow and the eye doesn't like to navigate this place. Okay, and this is the main section of the base. So I built this first ramp just to have a smooth way up. There was no way to make it smoother than it is right now. I had to build it like that, so I don't have to jump to get up. Then the next ramp leads up to the main building, up here. And I on purpose didn't make this a enclosed building. I just put 3 logs up, so it's more of a basic barricade. I can still shoot arrows away it, and have some protection against enemies trying to jump directly against it. Then we got a plant over here and a stick storage, because I always need some sticks. And this here is electrified. So the entrance is a bit more illuminated. Here's the main bed and the shelf for items. Now this area is protruding and almost going into the water. And I left a gap over here so I can shoot over it and duck below it. So it's more like an observation tower. So if cannibal forces approach from this side of the river, I can already shoot at them with a bow. And we have a really nice freshwater source in the area, so I don't have to get rain collectors. And from here I also have a great view across the lake. So any forces approaching from this direction, I can see them from a long distance away already. Also, the main attack direction of the eye appears to be down this cliff. Now in a real life situation, that would be a disadvantage for myself. However, the cannibals do not have ranged attacks. So if they come down this cliff, I can see them from a distance because it's elevated. You can see here, that's my main defense. That's a half circle of spikes and another set of hedgehog spikes. So if they jump over that, they'll likely jump into this thing. On the other side, I built some fences, because I didn't want to enclose the whole thing in spikes. But fences, they break quickly against enemy attacks, but it's just a physical barrier for somebody to have to jump over it before they get to me. And so far, I haven't seen them attack from this cliff over here at all. As you can see here, it already took a lot of material to build this, which means this was all forest that I had to chop it off. And to have a nice visual aid, if I want to get to my base quickly without running into my barricades, I put wooden stick path. Then the advantage is it actually removes some grass in the proximity, which means I have to run quickly from something. It's the way that's guiding me into safety. And here's the solar panel I put down, just to electrify the main entrance over here. So far, this is one of my favorite places in the game because it combines combines having a nice view with having really good strategic protection, which means most directions the enemy could come from, the eye won't even traverse. Even if the lake is frozen in winter, they won't be able to climb that little anvil rock. That's why I call it the Anvil Rock Base, because of how it's protruding into the water. Another cool advantage is if I'm requiring more building material, then I can just chop the trees up there and have them float downriver and catch them up here. I also like to, when I build my camps like that, I don't like to build these gigantic wooden log cathedrals. I really like to build it like so it blends into the environment like this.